It is exciting to see the vegetables starting to bloom and get ready to produce. I'm looking here at the zucchini in the front, and I can see a flower. Isn't that beautiful? I love how it looks with the violas. This is my kitchen garden where I've been planting different leafy greens. I have some tomatoes and cabbage and different things in this garden. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. It is exciting to see the vegetables starting to bloom and get ready to produce. I'm looking here at the zucchini in the front, and I can see a flower. Isn't that beautiful? I love how it looks with the violas. And I know I will have zucchini soon. Also, the watermelon is growing and is gaining its second leaves. So this area is going to be very full in just a matter of time. The other thing that I like about this section is that the peppers, the sweet peppers, are flowering too. And they will soon be producing beautiful green peppers. I know I do fill up the beds with a lot of things, and I added to this bed the cabbage. I think it's going to look cute having the cabbage here at the corner. Hopefully the slugs won't devour them. I'm going to give them a chance here. I also have some squash and patty pan and other things in this bed too, but my hope is that I will just push them over into this section and that they will be like a trellis for the vines. But in the meantime, this is looking very, very beautiful. And I even have a rose. I believe that is a knockout rose that I had from the very beginning. I had purchased one, and it keeps returning. Even though I cut it back hard, it just blooms anyway. And I'm very excited about that. In this corner, I had planted zucchinis last year, and they did fantastic. Well, this year is no exception. I am now gaining, look at that, flowers here on my zucchini plants. And this time I decided to plant 1, 2, 3 of them. So there's going to be a lot of zucchini in my home, and I'll have enough to give away. I also planted some squash and patty pan here in this bed so that it can trail on top of the shrubs here in the front garden. I also stuck in 2 pepper plants here. You'll see how they survive amongst this massive growth of the zucchini. It is kind of wild here but yet very beautiful. I will have to thin things out a bit, but I'm so glad to see how this bouquet of annuals have developed here with the petunias, and now this is nasturtium that has come back and self-sown on its own. And then I have here the geranium peeping through with the Japanese amenities, wild amenities here. I also have this ground cover rose that has been here for a while, and even though I cut it back hard, it still returns anyway. I do love the delicate flowers, and so I'll let it stay and bloom, and then later on go back and cut it hard. And here I have beets growing. I seeded some beets here, and we have the peppers, and this is just coming up nicely. I am going to have to do some weeding. This rose is done, and I have to catch it before it seeds because it will spread and create little berries that the birds love. I am continually weeding all of the time because I don't want this bed to become filled with stuff. It doesn't need it. I want it to be free from weeds as much as possible. I know now is not the time really to do this, but hey. I will come back and work on it some more. This is bindweed that I'm pulling. And bindweed has a tendency to wrap itself around the plants and smother it. So we have to stay on top of that. But I'm really happy with how this bed is turning out. And this front garden is looking so full and rich and fruitful. As you can see, the Stella d'Oro lilies have started to open up and bud out. It's going to be beautiful with this color just moving through the garden in my front urban cottage garden area. I do like how the light shines through the alliums, and they play well with the daylilies here in the front. The other color that's waking up here, and thing that I'm so amazed with, is the California poppies that was sown from the wild mix that I just tossed in this bed, and I just wanted to see what it would produce for me. And this is what has happened so far. It's filling out. Yes, it is. It's filling out. The dianthus is looking good. And here there are little wildflowers from this wild seed that's coming up. I know that this is bachelor's buttons. And I have California poppy. I'm just pleased with that. Now this is the cleome that I seeded, and it has really spread out and grown, and it will fill up. I also have been able to plant in some of my okra. I put my okra in here. I also have a lot of cosmos, some from the seed mix, but also some that I seeded. And marigolds, those are the big crackerjack marigolds in the back here. Also, I planted and seeded some sunflowers. So yellow is going to be, that orangey yellow color is going to be huge in this bed. My cucumbers are doing fantastic. Check them out. I've decided to cage up the tomatoes so that I can identify them and they'll have a place to grow. And I have a return of my beautiful purple perilla, which is going to add a diversity of color in this bed against the green and the orange. And I believe that these two colors go well together. You can kind of see that here between the color of the California poppy and the beautiful color of the purple perilla. It is beautiful. Yes, I did plant some more zucchini. We're gonna have a lot of it this year and a lot to give away. Well, I've really enjoyed the roses, and they're just about finished. My knockout rose did so fantastic, and now it is fading. But don't worry, it will definitely start working on the next flush of roses. And that's what I like about the knockout rose, that it just blooms throughout the summer. It's such a continual bloomer. And here, this is at its prime right now, my heritage rose. It's a climber, a medium-sized climber, and I should have propped it up. But what I'm going to do is cut it back and or prop it up and let it get ready for setting up for next year, because this is it. It's final performance. It's only performance right now. So we have to enjoy it. Tucked in behind it was a new knockout rose, the pink one. And eventually it will get large and it will fill the space. So when this rose is finished, it will take over. And it will add a difference from the red knockout roses. My zebra grass is doing well, and the euonymus is too. So So that's the end of the roses in the front for now. This Rosa rugosa, the white, is now setting up to produce rose hips. It will flower a little bit, but it has produced so many rose hips that will be red, orangey in nature, more so like a deep salmony red color. And they say that this is good for teas, so I would love to try it out to see, how that turns out. And somehow I'm going to try and propagate this. I need to, because I need it in another part of this garden, maybe right over here in this area. I would like to tuck another one of these there. We've been working on planting food, and this is what the bed looks like so far. The tomatoes are doing very well. We even have potato growing in this bed. Last year, they didn't fare so well because of the lack of sun. But this year, they look really beautiful. We're going to have a lot of tomatoes. I also planted some cabbage in there, in amongst them. And there are other vegetables too. Some eggplants and also cucumbers. This is still a work in progress. This is my kitchen garden where I've been planting different leafy greens. I have some tomatoes and cabbage and different things in this garden. They're now going to seed, but what I'm really impressed with is the chamomile. They self-seeded from last year and have filled this garden area. Now on the outside here, we've decided to plant out our patty pan and butternut squash and so forth, because they will have more area and space to run. At least that's what we're hoping. I'm also looking to elevate them as well. Now over here in the corner I planted corn. And it's doing very, very well here. Underneath, I planted butternut squash. And also, I planted in some snap peas. You can see that here. My hope is that they will move up the trellis. And provide with me some snacks as I walk through the garden. I have to say that I'm extremely pleased with how the garden has evolved for this year in this month of June, and I am enjoying every stage of it. I definitely love the roses. I am so pleased with how everything is looking. At this time of year, everything is so fresh and green and alive and beautiful. I feel so blessed to be given this gift of this garden, my urban cottage garden. If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. And join me for the continuation of this journey for 2022 here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. Have a wonderful day. Bye. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.